searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, but those eyes so bright.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Scheana Spills Scheananigans. We're going to be doing this once a month where I just sit here and sip some tea, spill some shit, maybe get myself in trouble, maybe not. But I got a lot of feedback from the last solo podcast I did, and you guys said you wanted to hear more. So here we are, gonna sip and spill. It was Thanksgiving this past week. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I had a few. We were in Palm Springs. We did Thanksgiving with Lala's family. A couple of my friends came, Bianca and Lando, who's in the 27s. And it was so much fun. It was perfect weather, summer and ocean together. I will never get enough of. And then I flew to Vegas. I saw my other side of my family. I flew back. I was at my Aunt Dee's. We did an Italian Thanksgiving this year. So my family always gets together on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We've done that my whole life. It just works better. So then everyone can spend time with their in-laws, their own family on the actual holiday. And then Saturday after, we all get together. But a few years ago, we decided to stop doing traditional Thanksgiving food because we've eaten that Thursday. We've eaten it Friday. We've maybe eaten it again Saturday for breakfast. And it's like, by the time we get together Saturday, we don't want to keep eating Thanksgiving food. So we started doing tacos. Then we decided, let's switch it up. We got a wood-fired pizza oven and we did a little Italian Thanksgiving. But such a good weekend. Had the Chargers game last night. We lost again. It's been such a hard season. It's always hard being a Chargers fan, but I will not ever give up on my Chargers. Maybe next year. You know, there's a couple games left this season, but yeah, so we did that with Lala and her brother. It was Easton's first NFL game ever. I was so happy I was able to do that for him. And overall, great weekend. Very thankful. And then I got some sad news after a great weekend about my friend Kristen, which I'm sure by now you guys have seen the headlines. So before I get into any of the questions, I just want to send her and Luke my love because I know exactly how hard this is for them. Going through a miscarriage is hard on you in every way, mentally, emotionally, physically. It is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's something you would not wish on your worst enemy. And just listening to her podcast on the drive over here, it brought up so many just feelings around my own miscarriage that I'm actually going to be working on in EMDR therapy this weekend because that's something I don't think you ever fully heal from. And to anyone out there who has experienced a loss, is experiencing a loss, this is why, you know, we do what we do and we talk about our experiences because we know that by putting it out there, it is helping people know they're not alone. And any woman who is going through this, has gone through this, just know that you should never feel ashamed. There is nothing you did wrong. This is an unfortunate, very common thing that happens, and there's just no explanation. But I just wanted to say to Kristen and Luke and to everyone else out there who has gone through this or currently is that I'm sending you so much love and talk about it. It really helps to be surrounded by people who love you and don't ever feel like, oh, I shouldn't have told people, it was too soon, because then what if, you know, the worst happens and then the worst happens. And it's like, no. And I just told Kristen this. I said, don't regret telling anyone because now you just have such a bigger circle of support. So this is one thing that I hate, that there's a stigma around that you shouldn't be able to announce a pregnancy early because what if? There's always going to be a what if in life. But just sending everyone out there who's going through this so much love and praying for rainbow babies, because I gotta tell you, when you get your rainbow baby, the saddest thing that's ever happened to me, there's a way to somehow make some sort of sense out of a tragedy, and mine is Summer Moon. So yeah, I was talking about this with my therapist this morning. We're doing an in-person EMDR session down in San Diego this weekend. I don't remember how much I opened up about my last EMDR session, but on a future episode after this next one, I'm going to break it all down for you guys, because it's a reprocessing of trauma with the brain that just gets to different parts of your brain, and it helps heal you in ways that I could have never imagined. My first session, it was so crazy how I felt going in and I felt coming out of it. And it's something that for me personally, I felt like I needed to do in person. We tried to do it over Zoom before and it wasn't for me. But after hearing about Kristens' recent pregnancy loss, I was speaking to my therapist this morning and I said, I think I really want to focus this next session around that trauma, because now that my friends are having their second babies and looking at houses and just talking about, the next stages in our lives, it's definitely making me think about having another, but I know I'm definitely not there yet. I spoke to my OB and he said by the time I am ready with my history, getting preeclampsia and labor, that advancing to HELLP syndrome postpartum, I'm already super high risk, and he probably doesn't recommend another pregnancy for me. So as much as I'm not ready to have another, just knowing we probably will have to go a surrogate route. And yeah, it's just some stuff I need to work through in therapy, and I'm going to be doing that this weekend. But I also reached out to Dr. Gadir today, and Brock will be fertilizing my eggs soon. We'll see if we have any embryos, and then just slow steps into a huge life decision. But I have money put aside for a surrogate if that's, the route we need to go. And yeah, we'll see. But people are constantly asking me, when are you having another? When are you having another? And now I feel like I'm just starting to say maybe in a year. Because then once you just give them an answer, they stop asking questions. I don't want to have to go into the details, unless you listen to this podcast, of why I'm not ready, because it's just such a traumatizing story to tell over and over and over again. But for all of you who have been listening to my podcast for years now, you know the journey that I've been on. And I always want to give you guys an update, because that is a lot of questions that come through when I do the Ask Me Anythings. And so stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on that. But baby steps towards the baby. I'll say that. We're going to take a quick little break, just one break. And then I have so many topics and questions to get into with you guys. I'll be right back.
It's golf. It's not golf. It's Topgolf. And I'm going to talk to you about this again, because if you haven't been yet, what are you waiting for? Y'all, if you're in the LA area, the Vegas area, there are places all over the country that have Topgolf. And it is so much fun. Whether you get together with the girls, you have a boys' night, you bring the fam, there is something for everyone. It's all of the stuff that makes them golf, like the clubs, the balls, the tees, the turf, the ball, picker-upper cart thing, etc. But for those of you who maybe aren't as into golf, it's not just golf. Let me tell you, they've got loud music. I've seen live bands before, giant targets on a giant fairway, giant TVs, and the best part is the handcrafted food and beverage menu. So good. It's something I actually crave. And also, if you're free on a Tuesday, they do half price Tuesdays, where they have a whole day each week dedicated to more play for less pay. So they do this thing on Tuesdays where All gameplay is half price, which gives players more of a reason to come play around. At Topgolf, we're all about play, but even we have some rules, okay? So half price Tuesday applies to gameplay only, isn't offered at every venue, and can't be doubled up with other offers or discounts. I mean, it is already half price after all. Full details can be found at topgolf.com/goodasgold. Visit topgolf.com/goodasgold to book a bay and come play around. Step into a world of nonstop action on DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer, make your deposit, and start playing from a full suite of games. Play online on your time, in your space, and within your means. It's safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you're ready. I recently posted a reel on my Instagram showing you a little more about DraftKings. Brock is obsessed, and if you're looking to have some fun from anywhere, then you should download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code HONEY. New customers can get a deposit match up to $500 in casino credits when you deposit $5 or more. Only on DraftKings Casino with promo code HONEY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly, 21 over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. 1 per opted-in new customer. Minimum $5 deposit. Match 500 in casino credits, which require one-time play through within 7 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
All right, so a lot of you wanted to know about the recent trip to Mexico and how Lindsay reacted to us being there. So first off, she knew a lot of people were still going. When the wedding got called off, it was past the point of cancellation. We then did get an email saying within 48 hours we could cancel our trip and get a refund and whatnot. But it's like, look, we already had flights booked. We had this plan to get away, have an adult vacation, which as much as Brock and I, we do a lot. We are very blessed. We have my mom to help with summer. We travel a lot for work. We do a lot of fun things. But I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, we actually haven't really just ever taken a vacation since we had summer. We never took a honeymoon. We did go to Mexico for like a day and a half to do the food tasting and whatnot for the wedding, but we haven't really just had a vacation in time to just connect the two of us. So we figured, you know, we already have this plan to go. Everything's already booked and set up. Let's just continue with it. And we knew Kyle and Amanda were still going. Amanda ended up not being able to come. I know they had their dog sitter that didn't work out and whatnot. But yeah, so I was kind of bummed that she didn't come because I was really excited to hang out with her. But there were so many other people there, made so many new friends. I don't know if I've talked about the game Buffalo on this podcast, but I had everyone in Mexico, everyone at Thanksgiving playing this drinking game. It's so much fun. And we made so many new friends. You will be seeing all the Buffalo on the vlog. But I think it was like the second day I was there and I get a text from Lindsay. And I guess I had made a comment when we were in the pool one day. And I was hanging out with Carl's mom, and Sharon and I have been friends for many years now. We did Watch What Happens Live together years ago when her and my mom were the bartenders. And I've just always maintained a relationship with her. I've been checking in on her because I know as a mom, I cannot imagine how hard this has been for her to see her son just torn apart in the media. So I've been checking in with her, and it was her birthday, and I knew that she really needed this vacation. She's raising her 15-year-old granddaughter, and the woman needed a vacation. I was so happy that we were going to be there and be able to have some fun times with Sharon as well. We went to Cozumel for the day, and it was great. But obviously, being there, posting photos and videos, I can't imagine how Lindsay was feeling. You know, this should have been her wedding weekend. And now we're still there with her friends and Carl's mom and whatnot. So she texted me and said that she heard from 5 different people. And I'm like, there's no way it was 5 people, because I made one comment, and it was a joke about our BravoCon segment where we had to squash the beef and there wasn't really any beef. And I was like, oh, I can just imagine the fans next year. Like, are we going to have real beef to squash? Because I'm here in Mexico with like Carl's mom. Total joke about how we were just in BravoCon and there was this segment that her and I had to do. But I guess whoever, you know, the 5 people, whoever heard me say that took it a different way and made it sound like I was trashing her. I was being really negative and being like, yeah, I'm coming for her next BravoCon. We're going to have real beef to squash. And I was like, yeah, no, that is not how I said it. That's not how it was meant. It was literally a lighthearted comment, and that was it. She didn't respond after I explained it. But, you know, just going back to how she must have been feeling that weekend, I can't imagine. She had, you know, the dress picked out, the venue, the food, the flowers, I'm sure every detail ready to go. And then this happens. I do think personally that this is going to be for the best for both of them. I think they will both be happier once the heartache and heartbreak and all of that heals. You know, time heals all. I saw that she's been dating, and I think, you know, sometimes they say the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. So whether that is the guy who was supposed to be the singer at her wedding, the country singer, I don't even know his name, but I guess he was supposed to perform at the wedding and she was linked with him for a sec. And then I saw with Johnny Bananas, and it's just like, you know what, girl, get out there, do what's best for you, heal. And, you know, there's going to be a new season of Summer House. There's going to be a new season of Vanderpump Rules. Everyone can give their opinions after they hear the whole story, because unless you're in it and you're friends with both of them, you don't know everything yet. So don't judge. I'm sending both of them still my love. And yeah, so that's how Mexico was for me. I just wish that didn't get twisted, because something I said just as a joke, I don't know, they didn't take it as a joke, I guess. But anyways, moving on to some VPR related questions, because I probably saw this more than anything come in, asking where I stand with Ariana, if Ariana and I are still friends that haven't been at Dancing with the Stars, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, let's set the record straight. So I already talked about why I was in Sandoval's room at BravoCon, was hanging out with Captain Jason. I don't need to rehash that. I know the next day, Ariana and Katie were asked on the carpet about me hanging out with Sandoval, and I guess they had made some comments, and they had no context of why I was in his room. They didn't know that I also was giving him shit while I was in his room about the things he was saying about Ariana. So I'm not even mad about what they said. You know, they're just reacting to something they just heard. And honestly, if the tables were turned, I probably would have reacted the same way. So that aside, that had nothing to do with anything. I haven't been to Dancing with the Stars recently for numerous reasons, but Ariana and I we're good. We've always been good. We always will be good. She's even said in interviews like, yes, we've talked and yeah, we're good. But Dancing with the Stars is like, I mean, it's a full-time job on Tuesdays that I couldn't do every week. So you drive to the CBS lot, you park, you walk in, you got to be there like 2 hours before the show. The show is 2 hours. Drive home. It's like by the time I leave my house and get back, I've been gone over 8 hours. And doing that every Tuesday was just a little too much for me, because I'm busy outside of that. And I like to spend time with my kid as much as possible. I tried to see if she could come to Disney night. They said absolutely not. She was too young. So it just being a lot to go every Tuesday was one thing. I went 3 out of the first 4 weeks. And I loved going and being supportive and being there. And it's so much fun. Like, you guys know this. I go to that show almost every season. I love it. Huge fan. But going every week, it was a lot those first few weeks. And then it was Halloween. I had to take Summer trick-or-treating, so I missed that week. Then it was after BravoCon. I had a podcast. I had a couple other things. I couldn't go that week. And it just hasn't worked out for me to go again. This week I was hoping to go and there were no tickets. Same with last week, there were no tickets. So it's like there have been multiple reasons why I haven't been certain weeks, but it's nothing to do with like me and Ariana are beefing and that's why I'm not there. I'm praying that I can get a ticket to the finale because I do not want to miss that. But she also only gets 6 tickets per week and she's got a lot of friends who want to go and support her. And I feel like I kind of screwed myself in the beginning of the season when I told her, don't ever worry about giving one of your 6 tickets to me because I know enough people on the production side, I can get my own tickets. So for the first month, I was getting my own tickets. And then I didn't go for 2 weeks because I was busy. And then the tickets were gone the next week and the next week. And I was like, shit. So now just hoping that there's a spot for me still for the finale because I would absolutely love to be there, seeing that live and seeing her win the freaking mirror ball. So yeah, fingers crossed. But those are the reasons I haven't been there. It's not like a personal thing. We're not beefing. I'm busy and it's a lot going. It's like full audience work, but I love it. But every week it was just getting to be a lot. Am I going to hate you this season of VPR? I mean, I hope not. Where do you currently stand with Sandoval? So obviously I've been seen, hanging out here and there. And at the end of the day, we're on a show together. We've got a lot of mutual friends. And there is so much you are going to see on the next season. But I just want to say my priority always has been Ariana and making sure she is okay and her feelings. And, she's in a very good place right now. Like, I'm so proud of her, just how she's navigated through this entire thing and is just coming out on top. Before all of this, I felt like Tom and I weren't super close in the months leading up to this, probably. And I wasn't with Raquel either. I feel like they knew they were obviously doing something wrong. And so there was like a little bit of distance already there. Then this happens, obviously much more distance. But then as you saw a little bit in the teaser for next season, his mental health was really struggling. And I'm just going to say this one thing and move on from this because as someone who has lost someone close to them to suicide before, that's something I said if I ever saw someone else who I've ever cared about, anyone, struggling in that sense, like, you got to be there in whatever way you can because I never want to contribute to someone feeling like that's their only option. So you'll definitely see that next season, but things are never going to be the same. They can't be. Too much happened. There was so much betrayal and, broken trust. And yeah, as much as this is a very resilient group, this hit so different. And we're just still trying to figure that all out. So no, I hope you don't hate me next season. I hope you guys understand also that I'm trying currently in my life to put myself first and my family first. And that's not something I'm used to doing. I'm used to putting everyone else's feelings and whatever first. I'm the supportive best friend. I will take a backseat. I will put everyone first. And now that I do have my own family and I need to worry about my own mental health, I'm like, I need to do what's best for me. And if that means I need to work towards a path of forgiveness with someone, if I need to distance myself from someone, if I need to put up some boundaries, if I need to not go to the certain event or do whatever. I'm just trying to really figure out boundaries and put myself and my mental health first and put myself in the best positions possible for a happy life, to be as present as I can be for my daughter. And this year has been a big roller coaster of figuring that out. So please show me some grace over this next season airing, and just know that I'm doing the best that I can for myself and my family. And I hope everyone understands that. Do you ever talk to Stassi? I have recently. I've seen her a couple times. I think I talked about this on my last episode. Saw her at Lala's sober birthday. I saw her at Katie's Quickies nail event. And we did talk about getting the kids together more. That hasn't happened yet, but it is holidays and we're busy and with our families and whatnot. But yeah, I would love to get the kids together more. And seeing Summer with a baby, it's like, I don't have baby fever, never have, don't know if I ever will. But when I see how good she is with the baby, I'm like, you would be a good big sister. So I'm slowly, very slowly having the baby wheel turn. But it's not going to happen before I'm 40. I know that. And at this age, you know, like now I'm 38 and a half, and the halves matter at this point. But I'm like, the surrogate process is so long that I can't see myself having a baby before 40. So, I don't know. Stop asking. I'll keep you posted. And yeah. Would you ever do Winter House if asked? Ooh, what I would love to do is a weekend pop-in. I don't know that I could do all 17 days away from my daughter to go party in a house. That's definitely something I would have done like 10 years ago, not so much now. But Brock and I were saying, how fun would it be if there's another season of Winter House and it's our friends? I mean, I assume Kyle and Amanda, they're like mom and dad of Winter House. I assume they'll always be on that show. But I think it would be so fun to just do a weekend, pop in, you know, maybe sip or spill some tea, stir a pot or two, and then go back to LA. So stay tuned. Manifesting a weekend in Summer House or Winter House. Actually, either would be fun. Friends with them all, you know? Okay. Moving on from show-related stuff into some relationship and fam, health and fitness, career. Oh my God, you guys are asking for advice. I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. And we're just going to have to keep doing these solo episodes, because as much as I'm like, oh, we'll just do like a quick 30-minute podcast, then I start talking and then I get like out of breath. I don't know if you can tell. I can tell. And I'm like, shit, I do have a lot to say. So I'll try and get through as many of these as possible. Relationship and family. How do you keep the romance alive with how busy life is? Little moments like Mexico, doing things where, whether it's a date night or just something one-on-one with Brock and I, a date night, a trip, just honestly like watching Guardians of the Galaxy at home on our couch at night, just having time where we're not on our phones, we're just together, we reconnect, we go in the hot tub at night, we cold plunge. That's kind of our love language, is just having that time with each other. And whenever there's a festival, sign us up. Do you and Brock argue? You guys seem to have the perfect relationship. Yes, we do argue. I will say though, after we saw Dr. Amen, our brains, I swear to God, they are so much more aligned now that we've barely argued in the last month and a half. And it's been incredible. So Dr. Amen says he has kept couples out of couples therapy by putting them on the right supplements to balance their brain chemistry. And I got to tell you, Dr. Amen, it's a working. So, yeah, but over the summer, we were not on these supplements and we definitely were arguing. And we'll see a lot of that next season, which, again, this was a season where I just chose to put it all out there and make the best decisions for me, for my family. And that sometimes was, putting an argument on camera and showing that this is real. No relationship is perfect. everyone fights. And I finally am not afraid to show it because I think it is relatable. So, won't be fun to watch back. I can say that, but it's real. And I'm just trying to be the most real version of myself for the rest of my life because I feel like I've held back in the past. I've tried to self-produce. I've tried to paint a very pretty, perfect picture when that's not the truth or reality. And we're not doing that anymore. So hope you guys enjoy watching that. Does Summer want to take any dance or music type lessons? She's a cute little dancer. We're actually starting that either this week or next week. We're just waiting on an email back to confirm if we can start this week or next week. But yes, I am putting her in ballet and I am so excited because I took dance as a little kid. She loves dancing and I just want to support anything she wants to do. She wants to play an instrument. She wants to play a sport, whatever she wants to do. I want to get her in all of the things because I just want her to figure it out for herself, what she likes, what she doesn't like. And I will never push her into doing one thing more than once. Like I'm going to push her to be a cheerleader, but if she hates it, then I'm not going to push it, obviously. Are you a Bluey household? Hell yes. Love that show. I swear the dad is Brock. There was this episode we were watching the other day and he like forgets the sunscreen and forgets this. And he's like, well, you just got to stay in the shady part of the pool. Well, guess we got to do this. And I was like, oh my God. I guess maybe it is a cultural thing, but we are a Bluey household. I'm actually taking Summer in a week or two. I think it's next week. They are doing this Bluey experience in LA. There's also a Coco Melon one right now. So if you guys are in the LA area and you have kids and they are a fan of either show, I haven't been yet, but I would recommend doing it because I know Summer's just going to absolutely love it. All right. Health and fitness, because this is something I've seen a lot of comments on lately. Can you address your weight loss? Was it intentional? Diet, workout, mental health? First of all, I started working out again. Shout out to my amazing trainer, Seth Browning. Here's the thing. I want you guys to hit him up to train with him because he's amazing. But if he gets too many clients and he doesn't have time for me, but in all seriousness, he is an amazing personal trainer. The gym we work out at, Heavy in West Hollywood, incredible gym. I have seen some really, really awesome people there. And Seth is just the best. I've been working out with him since like 2015. And when I lived in San Diego, we were doing virtual training and whatnot, which he also can do. He has a fitness app as well. But I had a period of time when I was pregnant in between houses and whatnot where I wasn't able to work out with him as much. And I missed our workouts. I have so much fun, whether he comes over to my house and trains me on my tonal or does free weights, or I go to Heavy and we lift together. He is the best. So I actually haven't even lost any weight. I feel like I'm still around 115. I just had to weigh myself at the doctor. And that's the weight I was before I got pregnant. So yes, I've lost the baby weight. I feel like it doesn't all sit the same. My skin still is a little looser, but I'm just trying to get back in shape. So I'm not on any diet. I mean, my diet is eat a lot of carbs, to be honest. But I think I've just been working out more and maybe I'm looking toner, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I gotta say, I owe it to Seth at Sethinator on Instagram. We'll pop that up in the video for those of you watching. But yeah, if you're looking for a personal trainer, New Year's resolution, don't wait until New Year's. Maybe hit him up in December and just get a head start because I gotta tell you, after every time I work out with him, I feel so much better. He's such a positive light in my life. I absolutely adore him. So I do highly recommend him. Just not too many of you hitting him up because I still need him to have time for me. Oh, there was also how do you feel about being a picky eater? I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I wish I wasn't. I am trying to raise Summer to not be, but yeah, I hate it. Career, moving on. Would you do a podcast tour? So yes, I'm looking at doing one. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment below on where you would like to see me do a potential show because that is something I've been talking to my agents about. I would love to do a podcast tour. doing a live show tour in Australia next year. I kind of talked about that briefly on the episode last week with Joe. Still working out those details and whatnot. But yeah, I had so much fun. My show at the Bourbon Room, I still have yet to post this. It's going to be, the full live show will be posted on my Patreon within the next few weeks. It was a lot of footage. It was like a whole terabyte of footage, and just getting it transferred onto the computers. That's been the issue of why it hasn't been posted yet. But that'll be up soon. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you'll be able to see my full live show soon. We're also going to post the whole BTS vlog that I did. That's going to go on Patreon. And yeah, it's just, I love performing. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't know that about me. And I would love to do it more. So I like the fact that you're positive and hardworking. How do you keep motivated? My kid, Summer, just makes me want to make her proud every day, to just be someone she looks up to. And that, just my family. Yeah, I gotta work to take care of the fam. And I love what I do. And you guys and all of your positive comments, like on YouTube, I saw there was another, can we please get more vlogs? I have so much footage that I'm behind. I haven't even posted BravoCon yet because I have so much. So more vlogs will continue to come. I'm probably going to start putting out 2 a week, one on YouTube, one on Patreon as well, because I just have a lot of stuff that I want to share with you guys. And you keep me motivated and wanting to give and do more. So thank you. I'm working on my EP with the 27s. That'll be out probably early February. I definitely want to have it out before Valentine's Day. Not that it is a lover album of any sort, but we've got one song called Boy Crazy that's almost done. Another called Sweet and Sour. We're working on another that's tentatively called Dead to Me. And then we're going to do 1 or 2 really fun covers. And I can't wait to tour and play all of these for you because it's going to be so much fun. So stay tuned. And yeah, let's see. What else? Do you have any favorite holiday traditions, activities, food items, etc.? Enchiladas. Got to make my enchiladas soon. And it's funny. I was watching, Summer loves to watch Scheana Shay on YouTube. It's her favorite thing to watch on YouTube. I love that I have my little number one fan. We were driving in the car the other day and she wanted to hear Mommy and Lala's Christmas song. Then APPLES, then Good as Gold. And then she wants to watch Scheana Shay on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, honey, thank you for the views. But it popped up today, our Christmas vlog from last year. And I said, and I honestly would have forgot this because Lisa and Lala brought us gingerbread houses to make for Christmas this year. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like so much fun. And I'm watching my vlog back from last year. And I'm like, I'm saying this here. I do not enjoy making gingerbread houses. I'm documenting that so I don't forget and do them again next year. So I'm glad I saw that today and remembered because I'm just not that creative of a person. I've had this ad on my podcast before and posted on Instagram, KiwiCo. I love doing that with Summer because those are easy, fun projects that I get to see her enjoy. And I love doing that stuff with her. But when it comes to my own sort of project, I'm just, no. So that's a non-tradition. But enchiladas. One thing I do every year, and I think I will do this for the rest of my life, I stay up until 4 a.m. wrapping Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. I don't wrap a single thing until Christmas Eve. I watch 3 or 4 Christmas movies, and now that I have a kid who wakes up really early, I get so little sleep on Christmas Eve. But I don't know, I just have fun playing Santa when everyone else goes to bed, and that's just been kind of my own little tradition. All right, so there are a lot more questions, but I feel like I have already talked y'all's ear off, and I got to save some stuff for the next Scheana Spills episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, comment below. Do you still want me to keep doing these? Do we keep the Scheana Spills going? What do you want to hear me talk about on the next episode? And yeah, just to go back to some things I was saying in the beginning of this podcast, I am sending Kristen and Luke and all of you out there who are going through any sort of loss right now, especially around the holidays. I know it's just extra hard. Sending you all so much love. Thank you guys for listening every week, for watching my vlogs, and honestly, for being a big part in keeping me motivated, because I get to live my dream every day because of you guys. So that never goes unnoticed that I have so much support, and I'm so fortunate. So thank you. Yeah, new music coming soon. If you are still looking for a Christmas present, we have my vinyls that are available, White Elephant Christmas gift, maybe. We've got my merch, Good as Gold hats and hoodies. And yeah, we'll be back next week getting into some more shenanigans. I don't know with who, but I'm gonna figure it out. Thanks for listening and watching, guys.
I've been
Bye.
searching for this all my life because